this Burnout Extra, we're going to show you how to Plasti Dip the rims to your car. With Plasti Dip you can buy, and you can buy it in any color, and it's all the same, so just do as we say. What could go wrong? It's only a Jeep. Alright, first thing we gotta do, take some tires off. This is your expertise.
Oh yeah, this is where I come into play.
First you gotta take the wheels off. It involves an impact, or a lug nut wrench, or something like that. And with an impact, you can do it after you jack the car up. Otherwise you have to do it before. But you gotta take them all the way off the car so that you can put them flat on the ground. It's pretty much the easiest way to do it, so it's worth the time to get them off the car. The next thing you wanna do, once you have the tires on the ground, take some sandpaper, especially if the paint on your rim is not that good and if you don't care about it. If you care about the paint, or if it's a chrome rim and it doesn't have paint that's peeling or anything like that, you can just paint the Plasti Dip right onto it. The Plasti Dip is not paint. It's this rubber thin coating that's going to stick to whatever's there. Ultimately, the paint's chipping everywhere, and if the paint chips while the Plasti Dip's on top of it, then the Plasti Dip will also be more likely to tear and rip with it. So you're better off just sanding it down a little bit to get it maybe a little more flush, and then Plasti Dip the whole thing. So like I said, just take some sandpaper. This doesn't matter the grit, but just get it to a point where it's smooth enough. It's obviously not gonna be perfect, but get it close.
I gotta say that with the condition of your wheels, you should probably just sandblast them at this point.
I actually did think about that. But we're not doing it.
Gotta do it the hard way.
Yeah, I'd rather it look cool now.
You got more sandpaper?
I think it's important to note here that Plasti Dip actually will help prevent your rims from rusting once all of the Plasti Dip is on there and covering up the existing rust. So if you want to protect your rims from salt or rust or something like that, this is a good way to do that. I have heard of people Plasti Dipping the entire front of their car sometimes to prevent stuff like rust or salt in the winter and stuff. At this point, once you've got them flush enough, whether it's with paint or you're just scraping out rust, because that's what we're doing at this point, wipe it down with a clean rag or blow it off with something like compressed air a little bit, and then you just want to take a bunch of index cards and tap them in around the rim. Normally you can just kind of wedge them in with your fingers and it stays up like that. You would want to do that around the edges so that you can just spray the rim and not actually get the Plasti Dip on the tire. We've since migrated inside because it's so windy, but the next step is to put index cards along the edge of your rim, and you can just tuck them in between the rim and the tire, kind of like so. You just want to tuck it so that you're not actually spraying the Plasti Dip onto the tire, you're just hitting the rim directly, and then after you can pull the index cards out. So we have to set those up now. So you don't need to slam them or jab them too far in, but you want them just in enough where they won't move, and it'll allow you to do multiple coats on the actual rim itself without moving the index cards. The last thing you want to do is add some painter's tape to the valve stems, just so you don't get a ton of paint on there as well. Just like painting anything else, the lighter the first coat, the better off it'll turn out. So I would normally advise that you do about 4 coats for it to turn out really nice. Although 2 or 3 coats would probably be fine. But like I said, we'll probably do 4. Once you've put enough coats of paint that you're satisfied, for us that's 4, then you're ready to slap the tires back on the car no matter how bad it looks.
And some of these look pretty bad. This one's great.
This is like a before and that's like an after.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all for this Burnout Extra. Stay tuned for more cool things like this. This is a super cheap fix. It's like a $10, $15 fix to get your rims black and in better condition and prevent them from the weather. Stay tuned for more. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe.
Yeah.
That's all for now. Thanks for watching. We need subscribers.
Yeah. Let's get to 2,000.
Let's get to 2,000. And then 3,000.
And then 10,000.
And then
100,000.
Yeah. And then we can
And
just
a million.
buy rims instead of painting them.